So to kick things off, we'll start with Chris Hudson, who works with our big sports companies where real-time publishing of event scores, live event coverage, and content scalability is really critical to performance. So Chris, go ahead and kick it off.
Thank you so much, Kristen. In the latest version of Brightspot, we've introduced the ability to connect to thousands of the most commonly used business tools, allowing you, as Kristen said, to meet your customers where they are in the applications that they use in their day-to-day life. There are so many possibilities, but we know many of our customers, like NBC Sports, have large freelance editing teams that can vary based on the seasonal sports calendar. So our new integration with Google Drive and Google Docs allows a writer to submit an article to Brightspot simply by saving a Google Doc in a shared folder on Google Drive. You can imagine the time savings that can be achieved here. Whether it's a new team member being onboarded, right? The MLB season starts up, and you have new freelance editors. You don't need to create an account in the CMS. If they're going to be rolling off in a couple of weeks, they can just do their writing in Google Docs and submit to Brightspot just by dragging and dropping into that shared folder. After they do this, this will automatically create an article in draft in the Brightspot CMS. So when we come into the CMS here, we'll see that the editor is then able to pick up that article and hop right into the editing interface. And now existing customers to Brightspot might notice a change to this interface. We've introduced in this latest version an updated and modern editing experience, prioritizing the functions and features that are used the most. With the essential tools in the rich text editor ready to go when you need them, the new UI helps to boost productivity. So this rich text toolbar has been redesigned to display the tools responsively in a single line, collapsing additional tools into an overflow menu dependent on your screen size. So the most commonly used tools, the ones you use most frequently, are always available in a single line, and the extras will expand and collapse based on the available space. The edit page widgets are now accessible from a new and more efficient side toolbar that allows users to expand and collapse the widgets that are needed while maximizing their screen real estate when they're not in use. So live preview, you might remember if you're an existing customer or user of Brightspot, is usually enabled by default. So now this will be collapsed to provide you with that more space, and it's able to be opened just with a click of a button. The Publishing Tools icon opens the group of widgets found traditionally in your right rail. That's the URLs, the sites, suggestions, and other widgets. Again, these are able to be opened when you need them, but hidden when you don't. The new version history opens the single widget that was formerly known as revisions, now separated from the publishing tools. There are times when you need to focus on your version history and revisions, but when you're editing an article, you don't often need to see it. And as that story gets updated, the version history will grow, allowing you to spend more time and focus on those revisions. The shelf has also been moved to the side rather than below the content for a more streamlined experience and easier access to your most frequently used content. And the Conversations widget has also been moved into the new right side so that you can more easily interact with your conversations. One of the most exciting features, at least in my opinion, that we've introduced with the latest version of Brightspot is the introduction of Ask AI. Ask AI is different from a standard third-party AI tool like ChatGPT in that Ask AI unlocks the potential of your content in the CMS by accessing, understanding, and extracting key takeaways, providing them to you to enhance your future work. Ask AI can be used to research a topic based on the content that you've already written. So here, let's say I'm writing a baseball article. I'm writing it about the upcoming World Series. So I might ask AI, how have we covered the World Series? I just type it into the chat here, and in a few seconds, Ask AI is going to go through all of my content on the CMS and extract valuable insights. It's going to analyze the content and let me know how, as a company, we've covered the World Series in the past. It gives specific information about the articles and even provides links to the content that it's referencing so I can access those if I need to. But Ask AI goes beyond just an advanced search tool. Of course, I could, use the Brightspot CMS search to find articles that I've written based on a tag or a section, but it goes beyond that and gets even more specific. So I might ask AI, what are some key ways we talk about players and teams in the World Series? What this is going to do is demonstrate how Ask AI actually understands the content that I've written. So it's going to unlock potential themes and different ways that I've talked about players and teams in the content that I've written about the World Series. You can imagine how valuable this will be. As you can see here, it's providing actual insights into the content that I'm looking at. So it's talking about highlighting key performances. It's talking about narrating team journeys, describing key moments. It's actually understanding the content and providing insights and trends. And finally, it can actually introduce actionable changes that you can make to your content. So I could ask AI, how do we typically refer to the World Series? This is great for ensuring that you're staying within your brand guidelines, writing in a consistent voice and tone. When I ask AI, how do I typically refer to the World Series? It'll tell me that we usually call it the Fall Classic. So right there, I can take the actual term that we use and just copy and paste it into my article, making sure that I'm staying within those brand guidelines and referring to the same event as my other editors are doing. This is just a small example of how the power of Ask AI can unlock the potential of your existing content in the CMS. And then, as always with Brightspot, once you're ready to go, you can easily transition this piece of content into the next workflow state. And as you'll see in a couple of the upcoming sessions, this is going to produce a brand new actionable notification where editors can take action on the content directly from Slack.